Today in the Smuggler's Room, we're turning our Nerf blaster up to 11. Come on, get some! Get some! Oh, crap. That's coming up. Excuse me. What's up, you awesome geeks? I'm Brian, and welcome to the Smuggler's Room, the show where each week this chubby geek tries to build something ridiculous, pass on a few tips, and inspire you to build one of your own wild and crazy projects. Now, if you went out to do some Christmas shopping only to find yourself in the Nerf gun aisle with zero willpower, bought yourself a Christmas present, then brought it home and decided you needed to learn how to paint upgrade that Nerf gun, well, you're in the right place. So make sure you subscribe and that you hit the bell so that you don't miss a future build that will help you because of your lack of willpower. So in case you were wondering, this is a true story. I found myself helpless to resist buying myself a toy for Christmas because I'm a 41-year-old man-child with an impulse problem, and I wanted to mod a Nerf gun. So let's get rolling before my wife gets home and finds out that I haven't done all the Christmas gifts that I'm supposed to be working on. Now, the first thing I did was an unboxing. I wanted to take it apart and see how it worked. Or, if you would prefer, I wanted to take it apart and play with it. I will say that taking these things apart can be a little intimidating, and then getting them all back together so that the gun still works, that can be almost insane. So one of the things I did was I drew a sketch of the blaster, and then I marked a number next to all the screw holes. Then I rolled out some tape, folded it over, wrote the numbers down that corresponded with those screw holes so I could stick each individual screw to the tape. That way at the end, I knew where each one went. I also took a ton of photos with my phone, and I used the video from this recording so I could see some of the more intricate parts and how they went together. For the painting process, everything got a base coat of primer. Once that was dry, I could go back in with masking tape and mask out all the areas that I wanted to be a different color. This is pretty straightforward, albeit a little tedious. Hey, hon. Oh, I'm just working on Christmas presents. Yeah, we'll be done with all of this in time to ship. No problem. Yep, okay. Bye. What? Don't judge me. I'll get it done. What? I'll get it done, I swear. This Nerf mod got a mix of rattle can paint as well as airbrush paint. This was another chance to practice with my airbrush, see what kind of effects I could get with it. The whole blaster got covered in a base coat of color, and then I went back in with black paint in the airbrush to add shading and depth to the whole piece. Our next step was to reassemble the entire blaster back to its original form, and hopefully it works as it did before we took it apart. It was great to have the sketch and the photos and the video to review so I could get everything back in to the correct place. I also replaced the Phillips head screws with hex head on the grip slide, as well as putting in a BB gun scope because, well, why not? So the airbrushing we did offered a significant amount of weathering, but I wanted additional grime and highlights. So for the final step before we sealed it, we weathered it further with black acrylic paint and some rub and buff. And now we have a more battle-worn, filthy, disgusting, grimy, space-ridden, a more authentically weathered Nerf blaster. Now I can totally see why these Nerf mods are so popular and why everybody does them. It's a lot of fun. I would love to get in there and add some lights and maybe even some sound upgrades. But for now, I'm just satisfied that it still works. So as always, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this, and you'll subscribe if you haven't already. And until I see you next time, keep building something out of nothing. Or, in this case, something out of something.